What is up, and welcome to a very special edition of Going Beyond the Castle. As you can see, we are down one person tonight, and this is officially going to be the Chaos Twin episode because Lori has abandoned us.
She
Um,
has.
yeah, so something about COVID, I don't really know, but it's fine. So super excited to be here. I am one of your hosts, Fred Briley. Normally with Enchained Away Travel, but tonight I am going to be known as Chaos Twin number one. And with me, as always, is the fabulous Ashley Rude, who is going to be Chaos Twin number two.
Here I am. Hopefully, I
Little,
can be as funny as Lori. I don't know.
I mean, all you got to do is say TikTok,
TikTok.
right? So,
And be afraid of swimming in pools, maybe.
right? I still don't get that one. I went swimming today at the Hard Rock. I wonder if she goes swimming at the Hard Rock when she goes and visits. I'm gonna have to ask her that.
I think you should, for
I
sure.
will. So yeah, super excited to be back for episode number 38. As we dive into being bougie at Disney versus being cheap at Disney. So super exciting topic. It's a conversation that as travel agents we have all the time. Where should I stay? What are the differences between these resorts? Like, you could definitely go to Disney. And save a lot of money, or you can go to Disney and spend all of your money. So lots of ways to do that, which we'll dive into a couple different ways tonight. But before we do, of course, we do have a couple of announcements, which I don't know about either of them, so it's fine.
That's okay. Um, Announcement number one is the long-awaited Halloween overlay at Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar is coming.
I did know about that. That's a lie. I knew about that one.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I haven't been there for the Christmas overlay. I've been outside for it, but I've never been
Yeah,
inside. And it's super cool. So I'm really excited for the Halloween overlay over there.
it is.
I
I
was
think it's officially my favorite time of year because it may be August 3rd, and we still may have like 60 days, but it's officially spooky season, and the horror movies are starting. The Halloween is hitting. It's a fabulous time of year.
Are you a horror movie guy?
Oh yes, and it's
Oh
very
no, I'm
it's
not.
it's neither is Rachel. So most of the time, I lay in bed and watch horror movies on my iPad, turned very down low,
Yeah.
um, because she don't like scary movies. So
No.
um, I love them though, which it's not really a scream movie, or I mean, it's not really a scary movie. It's a thriller, but the Scream movies are my favorite. That they are go
Really.
to every year. I gotta watch all the Scream movies.
It's like every year at Christmas you have to go through, all your movies. You also have to go through all the movies for Halloween.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So
You have your lineup.
I do. Halloween and Christmas are top tier times for me, movie and decoration. I turn into Clark Griswold both seasons, so it's quite fun.
Do you have like the Halloween inflatables and stuff?
I do.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Way to go. Over at the Hangar Bar, there's a couple food offerings too that look pretty delicious. There looks to be some type of chicken biscuit,
Mhm.
like a spicy chicken biscuit kind of thing.
Spicy.
Looks like some. It has pictures, but it doesn't have like the actual names of the food, which is
That's
weird.
okay.
Yeah, but
That's
the food does look good. The overlay is super exciting.
yeah. That's mm, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, maybe I will. So I have all my like coasters here, and I had like a Jock Lindsay's one, and my kid ripped it today,
Oh,
and so I was like, well, sounds like a good excuse to go back in
this
September.
is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, excited for that. And then the other announcement I had, which I just lost my page,
Animal
is
Kingdom
the
Lodge refurbishment.
the Animal Kingdom Lodge refurbishment. They just refurbed it not too long ago, so I'm very curious to see how this goes. I don't want it to lose the theming that it currently has.
I don't think it will. Animal Kingdom's like one of those ones. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I say that it could easily change, but I mean, we stayed at Animal Kingdom back in 2019, and top tier resort. Like, it is absolutely gorgeous. The rooms are gorgeous. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely hope that they keep the same vibe throughout the resort and just maybe clean it up, update it a little bit.
Yeah, it says it's getting a hard goods refurbishment, so they're stripping it down to
Yeah.
paint pretty much. Don't ruin what is good, Disney.
Right?
Don't ruin a good thing.
Yeah, I love Animal Kingdom a lot. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll stay there next year if we can go.
Before or after your foundation sinks.
Probably before.
Um, let's move on to the chaotic news we have this week.
Yes.
Lori sent these, so thank you, Lori.
In
Um,
in honor of Lori.
that was just for you,
Yep.
podcast princess. First news article: Kentucky woman tries to bring meth into Magic Kingdom.
As someone from Kentucky, born and raised, this is right on par.
Yeah, I just
Maybe it was
had.
maybe it was accidental. You
I,
never know. Like, what if it was an accident? Maybe she meant to leave her meth at home.
she should have. It said they like found a tin, like a metal tin, just like laying around. So they picked it up, opened it. It was meth, and they're like, "What is this?" And she was like, "Oh, my goodies for when I have a headache." And it's like, well, there's a lot of things that will help you get rid of a headache, and on the list of them, meth does not make the top three.
I mean, if your headache is induced by the lack of meth,
I,
then
wait,
the meth will help.
yeah,
Um, don't do drugs. Say no to drugs.
yeah, and do not take them to the Disney parks.
Don't take them to Disney.
Yeah, just
Man, that
leave
would have
them.
been like, and on a serious note, like, like that would have been absolutely crazy if like a kid had found that, like,
Yeah,
and done something with it. Like that would have just been crazy. So thankful, like Disney does have some really fabulous security. Um, so thankfully they were able to find it before it got into the wrong hands.
yeah. Lori's here. Hi, Lori. We
Hi,
hope you get
Lori.
better.
I'm here, but I'm not well. Well,
We're just
it could
glad
be
you're
worse.
here. I, I wonder.
I mean,
Hopefully,
it could. She could be worse. I'm not wrong.
no, and hopefully she doesn't get worse. Hopefully she gets better.
I think she will. I think she just has, I feel like it's probably just a head cold. They just misdiagnosed it. She's being over dramatic. She doesn't really have COVID. She's gonna wake up and be fine tomorrow. I
She
have faith.
probably, yeah. I'm sure it's just a migraine.
Yeah, it's just a migraine. Don't do
Yeah,
drugs. It doesn't help.
yeah. Lori, do you have meth? Just curious. Next story, and Lori and I were actually talking about this yesterday when I was on TikTok Live. P.S. Come join us on TikTok Live when we're there.
Yes.
A woman attempted to smuggle two turtles in her bra at the airport.
Were they in separate sides or were they both on one
Baskets.
side?
I don't know. I was gonna send you guys. We went to the zoo today, and there were giant tortoises there. I was gonna send you guys a picture that said, "Hopefully, no one steals these tortoises and puts them in their bra."
Also, at least they weren't snapping turtles. One.
That's what we said.
Um, because that would have been awful.
And it was in Miami. And my only question is, where was she going? Like, was she going somewhere that like doesn't have turtles? Was she on meth?
I, what I'm still I had
Yep.
more words to say about the meth than I did the turtles. Like, and I don't get it. Like, what do you need to smuggle turtles onto an airplane for? What are you gonna do with the turtles once you get on the airplane? Like, are you just gonna leave them in your bra? Or are you
And
gonna take them out, give them some water, feed them?
well, one
Like,
of
are
them was
you just
already
gonna be
dead.
like, "Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo," and it's just like,
Pet him.
what? Flight attendant just walks by
What
and
do you
sees
do?
the
You're just
mess.
like massaging your breast.
Lori's currently sitting in her bed, just judging the crap out of it,
Yeah, just shaking her head.
and that's
Oh, we're live on
fine.
Twitter. We're live on TikTok too. I don't know if you mentioned that. So
Oh, yes, we
uh,
are, so I just this is what
TikTok
happens
sound
when you
off.
get sick, Lori, don't leave us because it's gonna end poorly.
Yeah, there. We've already lost control. We don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Do
How
you have any? Go ahead.
how far did she make it into the airport with the turtles in her bra? Was it through the security when they were like, "Those don't look like boobs. those are turtles. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
also, can we get the TSA agent on our podcast to interview him or her?
I would 100% love to chat with them.
I would pay a lot of money.
Honestly, I'd love to chat with any TSA agent.
Yeah.
They've seen some shit.
Oh, yeah, they have. Like, what are the turtles? Like, what are the turtles? Like, just check
uh,
them in your check bags. Like,
yeah. And what really bothers me is one of them was dead.
poor
So
turtle.
like they posted
Suffocated.
a picture of the turtles. One of them is just wrapped in saran wrap. I assume that's the dead one.
Oh, dear.
And then the other one is just like living its life.
Poor turtle. There's probably some, like, animal rights people out there protesting right now.
Oh, they're so mad. They're so mad.
All right. Well, shall we dive into tonight's topic?
We shall. Uh,
So, so tonight we are talking all things um, Disney on a budget versus, Disney, you know, cheap,
in
or I don't
luxury.
really, or Disney on a budget versus Disney on luxury. So, I think the best place to start is, of course, where you're laying your head at night when you're on your trip, and that's the different resort options that you have.
Mm-hmm. There is value, moderate, and deluxe. Value being the cheapest, moderate being the mm, moderately expensive, and then deluxe is being your most expensive resorts.
I think I have stayed at all three levels at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have two. Um, I I think this is where we're headed, but if you're staying value, you literally just like have a place to sleep at night. There's
Yeah,
not much to it. And I mean honestly, the value resorts have the best like theming for like kids.
yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, your value resorts make up the All Stars, sports, movies, music, Pop Century, and Art of Animation, all which just have, again, sports was not my favorite,
Yeah.
but still, it that really does. All five of those resorts have really fabulous theming that is really kid focused.
Yeah.
It really gets back to, I was having a conversation with my barber on Friday about, like, Disney versus Universal, and Disney is the whole foundation of Disney comes from Walt's idea that he wants to have a place where adults can go back and be kids again. And that's
Mm.
really what all five of those resorts do. Between the theming, that the rooms, they're all the same,
Yeah. They all
except
look
for
the
Art of
same.
Animation. But Pop Century and the three All Stars, all the rooms are the same theming. But the resort itself really does just have great theming that pulls people in, and just makes them feel the magic that is staying on Disney property.
Yeah, definitely. And if you have younger kids, then most definitely do value because it's easily the most appetizing for them.
Yeah, and I mean, with a value resort, I mean, like you said, you're getting the bare minimum. When I very first went to Disney for the very first time, we stayed at Caribbean Beach Resort, which was a nice resort. It's a moderate resort, but I very vividly remember my father-in-law Bob telling me, like, the resort is really nothing. Like, it's a place to lay your head at night.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what it comes down to when you're staying at a value resort is just a place to lay your head. Um, you
Yeah.
know, if you do have kids, there's a lot. It is super family friendly. Which I mean, all the resorts really are. But
Yeah.
specifically Pop Century, that's my home resort. Like, that's where we love to stay. Between the evening s'mores campfires, between all the arts and crafts stuff that they do, the trivia that they do throughout the day, the movie nights. Like, there's just so much kid centered stuff to do at the Valley resorts. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
it just really is great for families, and it's cheap. Like, your all stars are going to be your cheapest all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
But they're all fairly pretty cheap.
Yeah. And then that's not to say that like the moderate and deluxe resorts aren't for kids as well. Once you get
Yeah,
up to like the moderate resorts, yes, there are nicer rooms, there are nicer amenities, and also the pools have water slides. So that is a draw for the kids. We
yeah,
also, the only moderate, well, I guess we stayed at Coronado Springs too, but we stayed at Caribbean Beach in Coronado.
yeah,
Um, and I was on the water slides. I was like 25. I didn't care.
yeah. I feel like
Um,
your moderate resorts are really kind of like kinda like a graduation from value, but you're like, "I'm not bougie enough to stay at the deluxe resorts."
No.
Because your kids, like, when we went last year, we ate at 1900 Park Fair, and
Mhm.
that's it, you know, Disney's Grand Floridian, and I couldn't get my kids out of there fast enough because they were acting like demons, and it was just like, "Oh my god, we're this is too nice of a resort for my children to be acting like this." But, like, there are there are families that stay there with young kids, like, all of
Yeah.
the resorts are made for kids.
Mhm.
It's just how much money you wanna spend on a room is what it comes down
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. At what price point do you want to enjoy your
Yeah.
vacation?
So, yeah, I mean, I
My,
think, like I said, like we talked about, I've stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge, super gorgeous resort. You know, we only did it because we wanted the free dining that was taking place back in 2019. And in
mhm.
order to get the free dining plan, you had to stay at a deluxe resort. So we were like, why not? It balanced out. So we did it.
Yeah,
But I can
definitely.
almost guarantee you we'll probably never stay at a deluxe resort again.
Yeah, I stayed at Beach Club
Mm,
with a friend, and her parents were DVC, and that was their home resort. She's like, do you want to stay at Beach Club? My parents are DVC, so like you just need to buy your tickets." I was like, "Hell yeah, I do."
yeah, I do.
So yeah, that was an amazing experience. I mean, we were footsteps from Epcot, so that
Yeah,
was awesome.
yeah,
We would just pop over. It was during food and wine. We'd pop over. We'd have a couple drinks. We'd go back to our room.
yeah. Like, staying at those nicer resorts, like, you really do, that's one of the perks that comes with staying at a nicer resort is you're gonna be closer to the parks, like,
Yeah.
especially, if you stay at Boardwalk Beach Club, if you stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge, if you stay at Grand Floridian, Contemporary, the Polynesian, like, it's literally, like, 5 minutes to get to the park that's right there.
Yeah.
Um, Now if you stay at the Magic Kingdom resorts, it's gonna be a little bit longer to get to the other resorts, but again, still, like, you're right there by the main park.
Can always walk.
Facts. Or you could take a ferry, but apparently that crashes, so,
Yeah, I am eager to hear what comes out of that.
yeah. More details to come on the ferry crash because
Yeah.
that is worth talking about, like,
They said it was during a heavy storm, which is understandable.
I
I
would
understand.
I would fake the crap out of some injuries and be like, "I need an annual pass." 'Cause, I mean, like, look at it, like, the Skyliner is a fabulous example, like,
Oh
people
yeah.
just get stuck on a Skyliner, which, I get it. Some people are deathly scared of heights,
Mhm.
and so going on the Skyliner is a big thing for them, or, during the summer, I get it. There's no air conditioning in
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
Skyliner, but if you told me that if I got stuck on a Skyliner for 2 hours, that you would give me free tickets, I'd s
Sign me up.
where's the sign-up list?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Disney, but, it's expensive. Like, I need free stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. An interesting quote from this article I have pulled up too. It's from blogmickey.com. Is that it says people weren't just falling; they were flying.
I would if
So
as soon as the crash happened, I would fall overboard. Like, even if I was nowhere near, I would just run and jump overboard
I
and
think
just
I
be like,
would
"Oh,
just
no, what happened?"
yeah no I would have somebody break my leg. I'd
Yeah,
fall to the ground and be like, Gabby, step on my
yeah.
leg,
Step on
hurry,
my leg.
stomp on my ankle now.
I would just milk the crap out of that.
Yeah, yeah. But there were injuries. We hope everyone's okay.
Facts.
No one seemed to be like critical, and we're awaiting more information on what actually happened. The article says they're keeping that information very close to the cuff right now,
Of
which
course they are.
is understandable. Yeah, they,
Um,
they are Disney.
Back on topic. Staying on site, like, I think there are a lot of perks that come with staying on site that, 'cause, I saw this conversation on one of the Disney groups today, and they were, it was a post from, I think it was a first-time family maybe, and they were just like, "This is our first trip. We wanna stay on property, but it's more expensive than staying anywhere off property." Um, And so, like, what are the actual advantages to staying on property? Like, why should we actually pay more money to
Mhm.
stay on property? And I got on there. I listed out a whole bunch of reasons from being in the Disney bubble. I mean, you were legit paying to be in the Disney bubble and to utilize the Disney transportation. But like, I also
Right.
mentioned like the dining plan. The dining plan, which we'll get into a little bit further in the episode, is just a fabulous option. Especially as we come into 2026 and the kids dine free incentive that they have out there that's about to launch next year. The lightning lane availability is going to be better. Like, there
Mhm.
really just are like you're not paying that much more to stay on Disney. I mean, unless you stay in the Grand Floridian, then I mean that's on you. But like, it's really not that big of a price difference to stay in, an All Star Sports Family Suite or a Pop Century versus staying off site. Like, it's really not that much more expensive, and you're getting
Yeah.
so many more perks.
Yeah, and we talked about this last week. Like you're taking so much time out of your vacation just traveling to and from.
Yeah,
So once you're staying on site, just let Disney handle it.
yeah,
If
absolutely.
you, I mean, if you fly in, great. You take a Mears bus and you use Disney transportation. But even if you drive in, like my family's driving in next month, and we plan to drive our car there and park it at All Star Sports.
We've done that.
Yeah, I mean, granted, we're gonna have a couple days off. We'll take our car and we'll go to Character Warehouse. Good night, Lori. We love
Bye,
you. Feel
Lori.
better.
We'll talk crap
Um,
about you once you go to sleep.
yep. Hurry up and go to sleep so we can continue talking about you. We'll take the car. We'll go to Character Warehouse. We'll take the car. Maybe we'll go to City Walk for a couple
Yeah,
hours. Like you are giving yourself more options when you drive down. That's a whole different conversation. But
yeah.
like you said, staying value is where it's at. And also, I think another perk that wasn't on the sheet that is important to us is the bounce back offer. You stay on
Oh,
site, you get that bounce back offer. Once you leave, it's good for a week.
yeah. It typically you can expect, if I remember correctly, you can save up to 20% off a value resort, 25% off a moderate resort, or 30% off of a deluxe resort. So
Yeah.
uh, I've used, we've used the bounce back offer all the time.
Yep.
Um, Lots of tips and tricks to do with the bounce back offer, but it really is a fabulous thing. Like, you know, a
Just
lot of
takes two hundred
people,
dollars.
yeah, I mean, it takes $200 and just go ahead. Well, I tell everybody, go ahead, take advantage of the bounce back offer, lock it in. If it doesn't work out,
Get your money back.
get your money back or move your trip. Just move your trip. Like,
Yeah.
you can, if something happens and you're not available to go during that time, you can move to another window that's available within the bounce back offer. So it's not like once you book that bounce back offer, that's your only date. Like, you can,
Oh
once
yeah.
it's booked within the 7 days, you can continue to move it if something comes up.
Yeah. This trip we're taking, we've moved it a million times. At one point, we
Mhm.
are like, they're just gonna take the whole thing away from us because we've moved it so many times.
Yep.
Like we've switched resorts, we've switched dates, we've added days, we've taken away days. Like you are free to do whatever you want with that bounce back offer. And
Yeah.
Disney will tell you what you can't do. Trust me.
Yeah. Facts.
So,
Um,
but yeah, I think that's an excellent perk.
and then I think the last thing looking specifically at resorts is like, I don't think, I think it's just the vibe that you want to experience. Like, that's one of the great things about, Disney. If you want to do cheap, you can do cheap. If you want to do expensive, you can do expensive. If there's a certain vibe that you want to, there's a little gnat
Tourette's.
that keeps like, um, no, if you want to experience like the French Quarter, like go stay at Port Orleans French Quarter. If you want to experience, throwback, go stay at Pop Centuries. If you want to experience like Hawaii, go stay at the Polynesian. Like,
Yes, please.
there's all, yeah, facts. There's all these different vibes that you can, in these environments that you can experience at Disney, which is one of the great things. So like, I wouldn't necessarily say there's like a resort level or a resort that's better for a certain person. Like, I just think it's whatever you feel. Like, go cheap, go big, or just pick a vibe, like, and have a great time.
Your Disney vacation is literally choose your own adventure
Yeah.
and do whatever you want with it.
Yep. For sure.
And every vacation is going to be different. So, choose wisely.
Yeah. Like we said, I've stayed at I've stayed at all the different resort levels, stayed at multiple different resorts, and every vacation has been different. Like when Jamel and I went back in May, it was very different for them from when Rachel and I and the girls went in September, or from when we stayed at Animal Kingdom back in 2019. Like every trip that you take, you really get to customize it how you want to make it as magical as you want it to be.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
All right.
Uh,
Up next, dining dollars, quick bites or signature sips.
whew. Dining plan options. If
Are
I'm
you
not mistaken,
are you a dining plan person?
no,
No,
they are
neither is
not.
Lori, and that's okay. We had an episode a while back about I want to say it was back in January about the dining plan and just whether it was worth it. Um, and it's a conversation that comes up in all of your Facebook groups. Like,
Hmm.
should I do the dining plan? Like,
I think once our kids get a little older, definitely.
yeah,
But right now, and this is definitely something to think about when you go on vacation. And I was kind of talking about it yesterday. Like, we're not a dining plan family because the kids just want to ride rides. Where's the gnat? Where's the fly?
that way.
The kids just want to ride rides. They don't want to
Yeah,
stop and eat, and they don't have an appetite because they're more worried about going to ride Splash
yeah,
Mountain, not Splash
yeah.
Mountain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So like they split a meal because they're not hungry.
Right.
So at
Yep.
that point, like the dining plan isn't worth it for us yet.
Yeah. And I
Um,
think I think there's a lot of factors like you really have to weigh in. Like now I miss the days when there were three different dining plans.
mm-hmm.
Um I also miss the days when there were two snacks instead of one snack.
Right.
Um but like you do have the dining plan, the Disney dining plan, which is one quick service meal and one table service meal and one snack. And then you also have the quick service meal, which is two quick service meals and one snack. Um, I think it really just depends. Like again, I think it depends on your kids and
Mm-hmm.
your family. Like if your family is not big eaters, either do either do the quick service meal or don't get a dining plan.
Yeah. Absolutely.
For us, like when we travel, like we are just all about the all inclusive feel, and that's why we get it for us is because we love the feeling of just paying for everything in advance. Like we know that it may not balance out. It may be more expensive to get the dining plan than paying out of pocket. But for us, like it feels great to have it feels magical to go and just be like, "Are you paying with the dining plan?" Yep. Boop. And then we don't have to pay for it. Like it's already paid for.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, yeah, I just think right now our kids are how old are they? 6 and 7. They'll be 7 and 8 when we go.
Yeah.
So definitely we're looking at a dining plan in the next few years. But
Yeah. Which
um,
we mentioned it earlier like the in 2026 the dining plan is going to be included for kids 3 to 9. And
yep,
so that is fabulous. Like if you're staying at a value or moderate resort, you're going to get the quick service plan. If you're staying at a deluxe resort, you're going to get the Disney dining plan. But I mean, it's we Rachel and I were talking about it today. If we were to take a trip next year, we'd have two 4-year olds and an infant. Um, so like we'd only be paying for Rachel and I's food, which would be fabulous.
right,
Like
yeah,
especially when we're already going to stay at a value resort, like it just makes sense to do the quick service.
yeah, definitely. Along with like eating on a budget, we do a lot of snacks.
Yeah,
Um, we do splurge on signature dining, so we'll get to that in a second. But like snacks keep the kids chill.
yeah.
Like you're waiting for the bus, great, give them a bag of goldfish. They're in line and they're getting antsy, give them some fruit snacks. Like that's what kind of keeps our kids mellow and it keeps them going. So throughout the day they're getting snacks all day, which also just
Yeah.
doesn't give them an appetite at all.
And I mean, speaking of the dining plan, you absolutely don't have to do a dining plan. Like,
No.
um, I know, Disney is super lenient on what you can bring into the parks.
Mm-hmm.
So I know tons of people that, I've said it before on the podcast, like my family is groceries for breakfast. We order mini
Yep.
muffins, we order fruits,
Pop
we
tarts.
order Pop Tarts, bagels, and we eat it on the go.
Yep.
You could order Uncrustables and chips and have them delivered to your resort, and that's what you eat for lunch. Um, and then you
We're
could
doing
always do a quick
Uncrustables.
service meal when you're in the parks, because like a quick service meal, you're gonna pay as much money for a quick service meal in the parks as you're gonna pay anywhere off-site. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're
If not
gonna pay
more.
just as much money if you go to McDonald's. Um,
Especially the one on Disney property.
yeah, we don't speak of that one. It's not
No.
Disney.
No, no, no.
So, like, there's a lot of great ways that you can eat at Disney. Like, you don't have to do a dining plan. You can do a
Mhm.
dining plan. It's absolutely fabulous. Um,
We
but
are both
again,
here to tell you about each
yeah,
way,
I
dining
will
plan or
tell
no
you,
dining plan.
when we went in May and I was going with Jamel, we were not planning to use the dining plan. Um, we were just gonna pay out of pocket. And then, like, I started sitting down and I was like, what would I already knew where we're eating, and I was like, what am I gonna order at each of these restaurants?
Mhm.
And so I'm a big I don't drink a lot. I don't. I maybe drink once a quarter, but when I go to Disney, I drink because they
Yeah.
have some fabulous drinks.
Mhm.
So I'm a big alcohol with dinner person. I'm a big getting the big meals, and so I started doing the math, and it actually was cheaper to do the dining plan rather than paying out of pocket. So like
Mhm.
that's also something you have to take in consideration too when you're doing your trip. Like, if you're considering it, sit down and be like, "Hey, what would my family actually order?" And do the math and be like, "Okay, it actually is gonna be cheaper," which 9 times out of 10, if you're gonna order water, and you're not gonna order alcohol, it's not gonna be worth it. Like,
Mm-mm.
it's just cheaper to pay for it out of pocket. It is.
Yeah, absolutely. And good for you. If you're drinking water all day, I don't know how you do it.
No. No, I can't do it.
No, not at all. Um, let's talk about the different ways you can eat, splurging on signature dining, character meals, and dining events. We do try and splurge, once or twice during our trips. We weren't going to this trip, but last week we ended up booking Hoop to do review, and that's our one
Mm,
splurge that we will always make. Um, Super excited for it, but we always try and do, we'll do Hoopty Doo. We're doing T Rex for the kids. I don't want to talk about it. And then, we'll try and throw in one or two others if need be. But other than that, we typically just do quick service.
yeah,
In my opinion, I don't prefer character meals. The only one I do prefer is the breakfast at Ohana.
that's fair. See, we're always big quick service lunch and table service dinner, and
Yeah.
when I was introduced to Disney, we weren't very big on character meals.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tusker House was maybe the only character meal that we did my very first trip.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know why we didn't do Yak and Yeti. That was pre-Disney me, so I don't really know. But, like, nowadays, we're all about the character meals, especially with the kids. We're also all about it. We were all about it, especially because, kids under 3, a lot of your character meals can be family style or buffet, and kids under 3 get to eat there for free.
Oh.
Um, so, like, this last trip that we went, almost all of our table service meals were character dining, buffet or family style.
Mm-hmm.
So, we didn't pay for any of their meals. They got to eat for free. Um, so, now that they're older, that may change a little bit, like, 'cause it's gonna cost us now we're gonna be paying for 4 people to eat at, Tusker House or, the Garden Grill, or Ohana, like, so it may change
Yeah.
for us. We may not wanna spend that money. So again, it really is something that you have to take into planning in your trip because it's not I'm the Disney foodie of the podcast. Disney goes all out with their food.
Yeah.
So you can either eat cheap or you can have a really great time, see a whole bunch of characters, and eat some really fabulous food.
Yeah.
But you
100%.
you, you gotta plan for it. You really do.
What is your opinion on Chef Mickey's?
Oh, Chef Mickey's is a cesspool of germ. No, I'm just kidding.
No, no, finish that thought, please.
No, I think you go to Chef Mickey's for the characters and the
Yeah.
experience. Like you
Yeah.
don't go for the food.
Mm-mm.
I personally have not been for breakfast. I hear amazing things about their breakfast. Um, but It's to me, it's the Golden Corral of Disney World. Like,
Oh my gosh, I've never heard that before, and that's perfect.
as you go down the buffet, you literally have something of every style. You have Mediterranean, you have Italian, you have
Yeah,
Mexican, you've got American. Like, it really is the Golden Corral of Disney with characters.
yeah.
The food is by far nowhere impressive, but you have a lot of options
Hmm.
and you get to see the characters.
Yeah,
Like that. I've never actually referred to it as that before. I'm super proud of myself for coming up with that.
yeah, that
But
was great.
that's exactly what it is it's Gold Corral at Disney with characters.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
uh, I think I think it's one of the easier spots to see Mickey in your meals.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I think, and it is super cool to go inside the Contemporary and see the Contemporary. Like, it is such a
Yeah, yeah,
gorgeous resort,
yeah.
especially with the retheming that they did for the Incredibles,
Incredibles.
right? Yeah. So absolutely gorgeous resort. I think it's such a cool opportunity to eat in there, but just definitely don't have high expectations of the food that you're going to eat.
No, not at all. Hot tip: just eat at Contempo Cafe, and you can see Mickey from there.
Yes.
They have good
Did
flatbreads.
Did you see the TikTok where the dude called Pluto Goofy?
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
what it was. And the character was so mad. Like,
so mad.
he got cast members involved. He was like,
Yeah,
"Oh," it was just
yeah,
hilarious. I really do
yeah.
love the characters. Like, that is one of my favorite things about, Disney and character dining. Like, if you've never been before, try to squeeze in a character dining. Um, because the characters, like, they don't just like wave and they're too busy for you. Like,
No, they come to each and
you
every
have
table.
like you're gonna have like 3 or 4 minutes with every character at your
Hmm.
table. A cast member is gonna come around and say, "Hey, who have you seen so far? Is there anybody that hasn't come by but your table?" Like,
Yeah,
the character handlers are absolutely fabulous at Disney restaurants to make sure that every child or adult gets to fully experience the time with the characters, and I absolutely love that about Disney. So,
yeah.
as we talk about, splurging or not splurging on dining at Disney, if you've never been, try to take that opportunity. There's a lot of great options when it comes to character dining. I think it was a Disney food blog today who posted like broke down all the character dinings and where they rate them. So there's definitely some expensive character dining, but there's also some pretty cheap character dining. So definitely take a look. And if you have questions, reach out to us. That's what we're here for.
Yep, absolutely. Um, that was a very good little topic you had there, Fred. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks. It's like I know what
Uh,
I'm talking about sometimes.
yeah, so weird. Park days
Sometimes
on a
I just show up
dime.
and wing it.
Most times you just show up and wing it,
I
but we
do.
won't talk about it. Park days on a dime or first class magic. Lightning lane strategies for both budget and luxury travelers. The first trip we took with our kids, we were at Disney for, I think we had 6 park days with the Hopper or four, I don't know.
Mhm.
But we only bought lightning lanes for certain days. Like the first day we were at Magic Kingdom, we bought a lightning lane. The next day we went to Animal Kingdom and then Magic Kingdom, we didn't get a lightning lane because you don't really need it for Animal Kingdom, especially if you're going back. And then we'd already done
Yeah.
mostly everything at Magic Kingdom. So you really have to think ahead and plan out those days when it comes to lightning lanes and how you want to use them. I believe now it's a week before your trip. If you're staying on property, you can book, yeah, 7 days before your trip. Um, if you're staying
Bef-
on property,
Before your first ticket day.
before your first ticket day. My bad.
Don't get that very good. That I say that um because, like, if you don't have a resort, it's 3 days before your first park day. If you're staying on
Yeah.
property, it's more than likely going to be 7 days from check-in. So that can be
Okay.
very confusing for some people. Um Yeah, because like, I did it a couple months ago on a client. Like, I forgot that he was staying off property, so I did it. I was 1 day late. Luckily, I still got him everything he wanted,
Yeah.
for lightning lanes, but it's very important to keep that in mind. So, um, it's from your first ticket day that you can start using your tickets, which, of course, if you're staying on property, is check-in day.
Yeah. Yeah. You get three lightning lanes
Mhm.
that you can choose from on your 7 day or 3 day out of planning. You definitely want to pick those heavy hitters as one. I think you get one heavy hitter and two of the tier two
Mhm.
options. Epcot has switched theirs up a bit, so just something to keep in mind. And yeah, I mean,
Pure chaos going on there right now.
at Epcot,
Yeah,
yeah,
because especially
I
now that Test Track is bumped up, like, it's causing some chaos in the availability, so
yeah, I am gonna have to keep an eye on that because we're gonna have to do test track. I don't think our kids will forgive us if we don't get one for test track.
I will tell you, um, one of the things that I use as a travel agent, it's a free tool. It's totally available for everybody out there, but I use Thrill Data, the website. It's an absolutely fabulous website that goes very, very, very in depth. Because especially if you use a travel agent, not all travel agents do the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like typically I don't book lightning lanes for clients, but if they've never been or if they ask me, like I'm absolutely here to help. And so I use Thrill Data. Like it does a really good job of breaking down, you know, what rides are hot right now. It has a 21-day calendar so you can see, what's currently booked. And that way it really gives you an idea of like before you go into booking your lightning lanes what's gonna be available. And it also has a breakdown based off of recent trends, like, hey, key priority that you should book your lightning lanes in because that is super, super important. Um, you know, Hollywood Studios is more than likely gonna sell out before Magic Kingdom. So you're gonna wanna buy and book your Hollywood Studios day before your Magic Kingdom day. Like
Yeah.
definitely, if you're gonna do lightning lanes and you're gonna spend the money because ultimately that's what this episode about
Mm-hmm.
is it worth spending the money? Do your research. Don't be that person that goes and books Animal Kingdom first because you don't need it.
No, not at all.
So yeah, it's super important that you do your research. But definitely check it out. If you're traveling soon and you're planning to use lightning lanes, definitely check out Thrill Data. Fabulous website that is again free, and it just does a full deep dive on everything that was, and always will be lightning lanes.
Do they have an app or is it just the website?
I think it's just the website. I haven't seen an app.
Okay.
I know that they have. I think they have a TikTok. I think they definitely have an Instagram, but they'll definitely
Pull it
post
up.
stuff every day and be like, "Hey, here's a review of what happened today." And sometimes like you can even set notifications and they'll say like, "Hey, Slinky Dog just opened back up." Just to kind of give people an update because that's one of the ones that always sells out super fast.
Mm-hmm.
And just because it sells out before you get there does not mean Disney won't add more time
Morning
slots the
of.
day of.
Yep.
So, lots of tips and tricks on that website. Really great, great website.
Yeah. Along with Thrill Data, I forgot to mention this when we were talking about dining, but if you're trying to snag those ADRs, you can't find something, always use Mouse Dining.
Yes.
There is a paid tier, but there's also a free tier. I utilize it when we have something that we definitely want that we weren't able to
Yeah.
snag. It's gotten me Ohana in a pinch a couple times, Beaches
Yep.
and Cream.
You definitely, especially with those websites that are
But
like
yeah,
that. Yeah. With those websites like that, especially for dining, you got to be quick. Like,
yeah, that's the only thing is like
yeah, it
if you're
can't book
not
it for
on your
you.
phone, no. So like you have to
Yeah.
be on your phone the second you get the notification. You have to go straight to the website and book it,
Yep.
or else you're gonna
So,
miss it.
which there's a lot of really great websites, which I think that's one of them that will send you a link to your phone that will
Yep.
take you directly to the dining reservation.
Yep.
So, if you get to it fast enough, it's very simple. Always stay logged into your My Disney account on your phone if you can, especially if you're trying to get those hard to get dining reservations because when it sends you that link, it'll just make it so much faster for you to be able to secure that dining reservation.
Yep. Absolutely. Um, Thanks for remembering Thrill Data so I can remember that one. Free activities to do while you're staying at your resort. My favorite thing to do, hands down. We've even taken a trip without the parks. We've just resort hopped.
Mhm.
I went down for work a couple years ago in July. I was there from like a Monday to a Thursday or something. Thursday night, my family flew down. We spent Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Disney. Didn't go to a single park. We stayed at movies. We
Mhm.
hung out at the Riviera. We skylined. We monorailed. We did everything. Um, I am absolutely a huge proponent for resort hopping. It's the most fun thing ever.
Yeah, I've talked about it before on the podcast. When we went back in September, we did a 14-day trip. We did 7 park day, 3 resort days, 2 travel days. That's not
Yeah.
14, but it was close. Um, so on those 3 resort days, like, that's exactly what we did was we resort hopped, and that was the first time I'd ever really resort hopped. Um, and it was a game changer. Like, it really is. One of the great things
Yeah.
about staying on Disney is the Disney transportation. And there's, between the buses, between the boats, between the monorail, and between the Skyliner, you have lots of different ways to get around.
Yep. Yep.
So, like, we started at Pop Century. We went over to Caribbean Beach. We went over to Riviera. We went over to Boardwalk. And
Yacht Club.
thank you.
Beaches and cream.
Yep.
That one.
Yeah, we went over there. We went over to the Polynesian. We went over to the Grand Floridian. We went to Contemporary. We went to Port Orleans Riviera and French Quarter. Like, we literally hit so many resorts on that trip, and that was honestly some of my favorite times. Like, it was being in the resorts is such a hustle and bustle, and it's trying to get to this ride, it's trying to get to that ride, try to get to this show, like, it's just chaos, and it's so
Mm-hmm.
nice to be able to just slow down and just go visit some other resorts and experience the food that they have. Like, some of the best food that Disney has is in a resort.
Yep. Absolutely.
I can't pronounce it, um, and I honestly can't remember what it's called, but the blueberry pancakes from the Riviera quick service breakfast place, to die for, like, absolutely to die
Really.
for. Like, the lemon blueberry pancakes, that's what they were. They were amazing. So, if you can put it in your schedule, absolutely take a day and just go resort hop. Um,
Yep.
there's all sorts of different ways that you can get around without a car. It's definitely important to do it without a car because if you're not staying at that resort, they're not going to let you park at that resort. So,
No. No.
definitely use transportation. you know, take a bus over to Disney Springs, and then from there, hop on a bus to any resort that you need to go to.
Yep.
Disney
Yep.
Springs is the center of it all, so you can just go anywhere from there. Absolutely fabulous uh, option, and again, it's free. So you can't swim at other resorts. Please don't go swim at other resorts.
No pool hopping
Um,
allowed.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. I see it posted on Facebook groups all the time. I'm
Mm-hmm.
staying at All Star Sports. Can I go swim at All Star Movies pool? No, you can't.
Well, I
Do
think you're
not.
allowed to do it at the All Star, like the All Star sports,
Yeah,
the All Star
there
resorts. I
are a
think you're
couple.
allowed to
Yeah,
share those. But other than that,
yeah.
don't be a
Don't
dirtbag.
don't stay at All Star Sports and go try to swim at
Caribbean Beach
Stormalong Bay. Like, it's not gonna go well.
will never
Um,
happen.
but you can go, and I mean, there are activities for the families all day throughout the day. You can absolutely go to other resorts and partake in those activities. And
Yeah.
nobody's gonna bat an eye. Like,
No.
stay at
Um.
All Star Sports and go be bougie for an hour at the Grand Floridian. Like,
Please.
that's what we did. Like, it was a fabulous time.
Um. First and foremost, we had someone on TikTok say, "Can you wish Ella a happy birthday?" So Ella, happy birthday on TikTok.
Hey, happy birthday, Ella.
Second of all, and I posted about this on Facebook a while ago, but my favorite activity that we've ever done at a resort, we stayed at Caribbean Beach. It was for our honeymoon. For $50, you can go up to the California Grill at the
Mm,
Contemporary and paint a castle. You
yeah,
can take your own beverages up there. I literally went down to Contempo Cafe, grabbed a Blue Moon, went back up to California Grill, drank my Blue Moon, and painted a castle. It's super cool. You have the views of Magic Kingdom up there. You get to pick your paint scheme,
yeah,
and then you leave it there. They glaze it, and you pick it up the next day.
yeah,
It was a super cool experience. They even let you like go out on the viewing bridge and like take pictures with all of it. But it's just little stuff like that that you can do at any resort. They
yeah,
have Sangria University over at Coronado Springs, I believe. They are always doing like painting classes. They do tie dye at Pop Century.
yep,
I'm sure they do it at a ton of other like value resorts, but
yeah,
the gingerbread house rest in peace this Christmas, but next Christmas, go see all the gingerbread houses. For Easter, they have Easter eggs at all of the deluxe
Oh, we
resorts
were there.
typically.
It was so cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like Fred said, get out, adventure. You don't have to pay to go to a resort. Get in there and explore the
Yeah.
crap out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fabulous free thing to do.
Yeah. Uh,
Um, luxury upgrades, my favorite thing to talk about.
is it?
It is. I haven't gone on a VIP tour myself. Like I'm telling you, if you can splurge for a VIP tour at Disney, do it. Like don't think about it. Don't think, well, is it going to be worth the money? It's going to be worth
Yes.
the money. You're going to get more out of that tour than you're going to get out of your whole Disney trip. Like
Yeah.
VIP tours are an absolute amazing thing to do. One, like you get your one-on-one time with a cast member, which
Mm-hmm.
if you have a passion for Disney, it's a really great time to share that passion with somebody who's probably more passionate than you are.
Yep. Yep.
And they just want to be there and talk to you. Like they wouldn't be a VIP tour guide if they didn't want to talk to you.
They want to
Um,
share everything they know.
yeah. Two, you have automatic priority at any place you want to go. Um, like Again, I mentioned it previously when I talked about my Disneyland VIP tour. We all placed orders for mint juleps, gave him our order number, and he moved us to the very front of that like 30-minute line that there was to get mint juleps.
Yeah.
Um, and every ride, he got us on the lightning lane. If there wasn't a lightning lane, we went in the exit. So like I'm telling you, we knocked out almost every single ride at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure in 6 hours. Like
Wow. It's
it
impressive.
was absolutely amazing time. Disney World is gonna be different because there's 4 parks that are not right across the road from each other. So it
Yeah.
isn't, definitely don't expect to do all of Disney World in one day.
Yeah.
Um, but definitely you're gonna get a lot out of it, and it really is. It's totally worth doing a VIP tour.
Yeah. I think our motto has been going beyond the podcast to D23 for 2026, but I think I would like to rework that to going beyond the podcast keys to the kingdom
I'm
2026.
down.
Yeah. I
I've
think
always
it would
wanted to do a
be,
Keys to the Kingdom tour.
me too. I think it would be a lot easier for all of us to do
Yeah.
than to Disneyland.
I mean, I'm down, it there's so much more to Disney than just going to the parks. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
we've talked about a lot of it so far on this episode, but the amount of private tours that you can do, between Keys to the Kingdom, which really gives you a backstage view of Magic Kingdom, getting you to see in the corridors underneath the park, where the cast members walk every day, you know, going up close with elephants over at Animal Kingdom, getting behind the scenes look at Living with the Land over at Epcot. There really just is so much to do to really take the Disney experience beyond what a lot of people get to do. And some of them are super affordable. Like your
Mm-hmm.
Keys to the Kingdom tour is going to be a little bit pricey. It's not going to be anywhere near a VIP tour, which is going to be thousands of dollars more than likely.
Yeah.
Um, but if, 100 something dollars per person for Keys to the Kingdom, up close
Yeah.
with the rhinos is like fif 40, 20, $50. It's like under $50, I think. Because I was looking at it for a previous client. I was gonna give it
Gotcha.
to 'em as a gift because they loved elephants or rhinos or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like
You told
that.
me about that. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And
like
even behind the scenes is super expensive. I don't think it's even any more than like $30 a person.
no, it's not. I mean, you're just looking at seeds and vegetables.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it would be a fabulous thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you really get to experience the the why behind Disney, and that's just not.
Yeah, and
Excuse me, it's on the bucket list.
yeah, and I think that that's why Fred and I and Lori do what we do. Those are the type of experiences that we love to learn about and we want to share
Yeah,
with everyone else. So,
yeah.
that's why we're here chatting with you guys today.
And I'll say before we move on to the last topic, uh, I assume and what this question is asking on our spreadsheet is the premium premier pass worth it?
Yes,
Absolutely.
if you can afford it.
Yeah, I mean if you can afford it, like um there was a travel agent that posted in a travel agent group the other day that I'm part of, and she was like, "I need somebody to really tell me if it's worth it," because she was like, "I'm about to spend like $1,000 on Premier
Oh my
Pass,"
gosh. Yeah.
and I mean, I had a client go in January, and I mean, let's be honest, like she earned it, I assume. I don't know a lot about her. She was one of the sweetest, kindest old ladies I've ever worked with. Um, but I'm gonna assume that she was loaded,
Oh,
and because she booked a room for her and her daughter's family at the
wow.
Contemporary, um, and they bought Lightning or Premier passes, um, and so I mean, good for her. But I've
Proud
heard
of
a
her.
lot of people just say like it's worth it, like it is all day. If you can afford to go for the Premier pass, it's I mean, it's unlimited. I mean, it's unlimited lightning lanes, and you don't have to book anything. You literally just show up,
Just
scan your
show
magic
up.
band, and you get in. Like
That sounds amazing. If
it
anyone
really
wants
is.
to donate for going beyond the castle to do that,
Yeah,
we'll let you know where
facts.
you can find
We'll
the
start
link.
the GoFundMe.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Which is actually better? What are the pros of budgeting? And I'll go over the pros of luxury.
I mean, if you're tight on money, like, and that's the biggest thing. Like, I think you have to be realistic with your budget.
Yeah,
If you're a family that lives in Washington State, and you've got to fly to Disney, you want to do a week at Disney, staying on property with 5-day tickets, uh, and you tell me that your budget's $2,000, we need to
ain't
have
gonna
a
happen.
conversation. Like, uh, because what a lot of people don't realize is tickets is where your money's gonna land. Like,
Mm-hmm.
tickets are so expensive to Disney. They really are. I hate to say that,
Yeah.
but that's where all of your money goes in. Um, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Disney is what you make it all day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you wanna do a budget trip, do a budget trip. Stay at the cheapest resort. I will say it, stay on property, don't stay off property. We've talked a lot of we've given a lot of reasons why, so I'm not gonna go back into them. But stay on property, go for the cheapest resort, don't do a dining plan, order your groceries, and go, get 4-day tickets. You can do the parks in 4 days, um,
Yep.
and that's all you need to do. And just go in with the mindset that you're gonna have the greatest time ever. If you go into it with a mindset that, "Oh, well, we can't really spend a lot of money," you're gonna be negative the whole time.
Yep.
Like,
Absolutely.
go into the mindset that you're thankful that you're going to Disney. You're gonna have the most magical time ever, and that's exactly what it's gonna be, especially if you have children. Like, I
Yeah.
can't preach it enough. Your children will go off of the vibe that you set. And if you go into it with the super, super big mindset, because I mean, let's be honest, like when it comes down to it, your families are the ones that are doing the budget trips.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is because you had kids. I have kids. I knew when I had kids that I needed to be financially prepared for kids,
Yep.
and that's okay. So go into they don't know whether you're staying at a value resort or a deluxe resort.
They don't
They
care.
don't they don't. They care about spending time with you and having the best how many ever days of their lives. And if you go into it with that mindset, you're gonna have the best budget trip all day. There's no cons to it at all.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever talked about this, and I might have, but my family grew up. We weren't very well off. We always drove down.
Mhm.
We live in South Bend, Indiana, so that was a 18-hour drive
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, and literally, what I can remember from those trips is staying in a vacation home and swimming, and packing food when we went to the parks, and taking a break during the day, coming out to the car, eating sandwiches, drinking Mountain Dew, eating Doritos before we go back in.
Yeah.
Like, were you? Yeah,
I was following the Nat, sorry.
yeah. I didn't know if you were following the net or you had opinions about my
I fully
Doritos.
agree with what you said. Like,
Yeah, like I don't remember lightning lanes and
no.
fast passes and where we ate and what we did. I just remember like the minute details of it all.
Like
So.
that's what it comes down to. Like, don't be afraid to go to Disney on a budget. Like, Disney is what you make it all
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Disney is magical, hands down. Aside from the fighting and the kicking and the punching that takes place outside the front gate over a photo spot from time to time, Disney
Yeah.
is magical. Did you see that video? That dude was like,
Um,
oh,
I think
he
so,
was
yeah.
laying into the guy, but digress. Um,
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, you know?
Yes. Disney is magical. It's there to be magical. Let it be magical, regardless how much money you have. I mean, at the end of the day, either your family's used to being on a budget or they're not. Like,
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
I mean, your kids should be used to, when they go places, "Hey, can I get something?" Like, I mean, if you have to tell them no, you tell them no. Like, it is what it is. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to be that parent. Take the no and make something else magical for them. Don't be afraid to go to Disney on a budget. You're gonna have as much of a magical time as you want to have. Jimmy posted and said, "Good budgeting tool we used when our kids were younger was getting them gift cards for an X amount of money." Absolutely, I see that
Perfect.
all the time. Like,
That's what we do.
yeah, I mean, hey, I've done it for people, not necessarily kids, but I've done it for people. Won't go into details on that. Um,
Jamel.
no, here's your $5. No, like, it's that's absolutely an amazing idea. Like, one of the great
Yep.
things about Disney is that it used to be much longer, but you can typically book like a year and some change out.
Yep.
Um, so book early, make the payments over time so that, pay as much as you can. Before your trip comes and pay off as much of your trip as you can. And
Yep.
then while you're doing that, set aside some money. If you have kids, set aside some money on a Disney gift card. If you book your trip 12 months out and start setting aside, you know, $10 a month for each kid, that's $120 that kid is going to have on a gift card. Which again adds up over time. And I mean, unless your kid is super bougie, walks in wanting the $50,000 crystal Cinderella Castle or the Diamond
Right.
Cinderella Castle, your kid's gonna ask for like a $20 stuffy. Like,
Yeah, our kids want to build droids, and luckily their birthdays are this month. So we have
nice.
just told family that what do they want for their birthday? They want a Disney gift card because they want to build a droid.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, talk to family, talk to friends. Like, if you have a birthday coming up before the trip or Christmas coming up, be like, hey, they know we're going to Disney. Get them a Disney gift card.
Yep, there you go. Jimmy
Yeah.
just said that.
Yeah.
Also,
Absolutely.
I have a birthday when we're going on our trip too. If anyone wants
I'm
to get
not
me a,
getting you a
a
gift
Disney.
card.
Oh well, thanks. At least I tried.
Lori and I will go in together and get you a gift card.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, excellent tip there, Jimmy. And I think Fred and I will definitely recommend that
I feel
all
like
day.
Jimmy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Jimmy has been around the block a time or two.
Yes.
There. I guess we should hit cons of budgeting, and I can do that. The cons of staying value are really you make the cons whatever you want them to be. If you're looking at it at like a value versus uh deluxe kind of argument, you're not getting the nicer pools, you're not getting the nicer dining,
Yeah.
the rooms aren't as well themed as, a deluxe resort. But at the end of the day, who cares? You still have a pool to swim in. There's still dining options for you at
Yeah.
All Star Sports. Um, you still have a pillow to lay your head on every night. You have the cute little pull down bed with the cute picture of Huey, Dewey, and Louie
Yep.
sleeping. There's a TV, there's a bathroom, there's a sink. What more could you need?
Yeah. I mean, again, like, I'll say this for luxury too. Like, I don't think I think you make the pros and cons when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to booking a Disney trip.
Yeah,
Uh, I,
absolutely.
I think it comes down to what you want to do. Like, if you want to be that person that wants to stay in the Grand Floridian or the Polynesian or Contemporary or, Animal Kingdom Lodge, like, if that's what you want to do, but you can't afford it, put that trip off. Like,
Yeah.
spend some more time saving up. Like, you know, Disney ain't going nowhere.
No, they'll be here.
They're gonna be here. So like, take the time and save up for the trip that you want to have.
And there might
Or
even be a promo
right,
if you
yeah,
wait it out.
absolutely. Like Disney will hardly ever release promotions on tickets, so don't get your hopes set on that.
Yeah, no,
Um,
not at all.
but definitely get your hopes set on, room discounts. We see room discounts every quarter. The
Yep,
discounts vary, whether it's, off rooms, off dining plans, like, the promotions are always changing, but there is almost a guarantee that there's gonna be some type of discount, a new type of discount, spring, winter, fall, summer. Like, there's gonna be some type of discount.
yep,
It's typically not gonna be released until maybe, 4 to 5 months out, which is a great reason to get a travel agent because that is our job, is to find those promotions, and when they drop, to apply them to your trip, um, so that way we save you money. So, definitely keep an eye out for those promotions.
yeah, for sure. Um, Pros of staying luxury are kind of the opposite of the cons that I just talked about. You get the nicer pools, you have the nicer rooms. There's definitely more options when it comes to dining. And the other really cool perk that you get when you're staying deluxe is on select nights you get the extra, what is it, half hour to hour
Yeah,
in the parks. So it is completely up to you. How you spend your vacation, and if you want to spend your vacation more so in your room and at your resort, then by all means stay deluxe. I always said that I always joke with my wife that if we're gonna stay the Polynesian, then I want like 2 days in the park because I want to enjoy what we're paying for at the Polynesian.
yeah,
I want to enjoy the lobby. I want to enjoy the pools. I want to enjoy everything that the Polynesian has to offer me if I am paying that much money for it.
yeah,
So just definitely something to think about. Um, Jimmy says the biggest problem with value is the room size. Yes, absolutely,
yeah.
and their DVC. So it sounds like we need to be friends with Jimmy. But when they're short on points, they have no issue staying at a value resort.
Lori is friends with Jimmy.
Gotcha,
Yes.
gotcha, gotcha. Jimmy,
So
what is your home resort?
by being Lori being friends with Jimmy, we are automatically friends with Jimmy,
Yes,
which means
yes.
Jimmy is gonna let us use his DVC resort.
DVC points. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, another thing to
Thank you,
chat
Jimmy. We
about.
appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Another thing to talk about, and we don't have to jump into all the specifics of it, but if you want to stay deluxe, definitely look into renting DVC points from a DVC wholesaler if that's an option if they
Yeah.
don't go out of business.
I have
um,
I know we looked into it a couple years ago.
yeah, we have to.
We never followed through with it because at the time I wasn't a travel agent yet, and my travel agent was kind of talking me away from it. Obviously, because as a travel agent, like, he can't really help me when they do DVC stuff. So it's
Yeah,
a little bit wonky, and I don't know
yeah,
what all the like. There were stipulations also. I don't speak on the DVC stuff just because I don't really know a lot of. Saratoga
yeah,
Springs super nice though.
yeah. I've stayed at Saratoga. I completely forgot I've stayed there. It is super nice. Like,
Hmm.
it's not a bad resort. It gives me old people vibes, but also a really cool resort. Really close to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Great amenities and good rooms. Good room sizes too.
Um, I think the biggest con, because I'm going to keep us moving.
Go
Um,
for it.
I think the biggest con about staying, again, I think pros and cons are person dependent. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, I think the biggest con of staying at a deluxe resort is just that the amount of money you're paying for a room. Like, to me, it's just not worth it.
Mm-mm.
I would say if we were taking like a weekend trip and we weren't doing parks. We were just solely like a resort weekend, just to get away, kind of like Rachel and I did this weekend at Hard Rock. We just took a night and got away. I think if we were doing that, I think I would absolutely stay at a deluxe resort because the focus would be on the resort, taking in all the amenities of the resort. Because there are so much more amenities at a deluxe resort. The spa being one of them, gym access. Like, there are a lot more amenities that you're going to see at a deluxe resort, and even some moderate resorts that you're not going to see at a value resort.
Yeah,
So, like, I
absolutely.
don't personally think it's worth it to spend that money, especially if you're going to the parks. I only want a place to where after I rope dropped and stayed until after park closed, I just wanna sleep. I wanna shower, I
I
wanna
was gonna
sleep.
say, I need to shower
Like,
and then I will definitely sleep.
I don't wanna spend time looking around the resort, and, you know, that's why we stay at value resorts because we would rather focus attention on the parks. And
I
again,
agree.
I think that is person dependent. Like, I think that's the only con if you're that type of person.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you made a good point there, and I tried to make it earlier. Like, if you're staying at a deluxe resort, the focus needs to be on the deluxe resort.
Yeah,
Um, we say that we go to Disney for the parks, we don't go to Disney for the resorts, so that's like
no,
a whole different conversation. But yeah, if you're going to a deluxe resort, that's where all of your time should be
yeah,
devoted to.
for sure.
Um, to wrap up here, do you want to craft your perfect trip,
It's
budget versus
really it's
luxury?
it's really simple. It's really simple.
I think ours are
Pol
going to be similar.
I think they are Polynesian
Mm-hmm.
with park hopper,
Yes.
a Disney dining plan,
Uh huh.
and premier pass for every single park.
Yeah. Uh, and you know what? I want to separate all of that. That's exactly what I would do too. But I want a whole day just for Keys to the Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Give me an extra day. Give me a couple days
I
off too.
wonder I wonder if on a VIP tour if they can take you into the corridors.
The
I'm
utilidors.
utilidors. I'm gonna have to ask. I'm curious.
If so,
Can I spend my entire time in the Disney break room with the VIP tour guide?
yeah, please. They have like
Slash, can I
cafeterias
put
lined up.
on a Stitch costume?
No, that would be creepy. Don't do that, Fred.
Like the actual Stitch that the cast
Yeah.
members wear? Like, I just
Can
want
you
to try it on one time.
just once?
Like, just for 5 minutes, I want to wear Stitch.
And the second you try it on is when you'll go out in handcuffs.
And I mean, but if I'm on a VIP tour guide, like, can I wear Stitch
What
for
do I
five
have
minutes?
to sign in order for this to be a legally binding document?
Yes.
I agree.
We,
Polynesian is the move. If not the Polynesian, probably the Riviera. I've always wanted to
oh,
stay there too.
my buddy, I have an army buddy. He's not in the army anymore, but I'm booking. I have booked. I'm sending them on a Disney cruise line in March. They're
Nice.
DVC members, and their DVC resort is Riviera, and they just
Nice.
talk about how absolutely gorgeous it is. Um,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really is such a gorgeous resort, especially outside. Like, I have never been inside the resort. I've only been in the quick service restaurant, and then on the property. But when you have bocce ball on your property, that's bougie.
That is 100% bougie and
And my
sign
kids
me
don't
up.
play bocce ball very well.
My kids would just throw the balls at each other and then someone
Yeah,
would end up being hurt.
yeah, it's fun times.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool, cool. Well, yeah, I think that wraps up today's episode. We did just fine without Lori, and we did not go off the rails too much.
Yeah, no. I want to say I want Lori to come back, so I will say that we need her back.
She'll be back next week if she
But
doesn't
we
mind.
also did just fine.
We did just fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Any last comments before I wrap us up?
Stay value
Stay
always.
value. Facts. Cool, cool. Yeah, had a great time talking, Disney on a budget versus Disney Deluxe. So definitely lots to think about when you are booking a Disney trip. Um, you know, Disney is as customizable as you want it to be.
Yeah.
So again, if Lori were here, she would echo it. You know, use a travel agent. Like, that's what we're here for. Um, we are here to help you figure out how to best live Disney. How to live your best Disney life within your
Yeah.
budget or within your ever bougie loving desires. Like, that's exactly what we're here for. So definitely use a travel agent, so that way we can help you live your best life. So as we wrap up, want to give a shout out to everybody that joined us. We had quite a bit of people join us tonight, whether it
Nice.
was on Facebook. YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok. So definitely thanks for joining us. We would love for you guys to stay up to date with us as we continue to live our best lives doing this podcast each and every week. And I think the best way to do that is through our Beacons channel, beacons.ai/ going beyond the castle. Has everywhere that you can find us. On our social media channels, it has both Lori and I's travel agent websites, and it has our video and our audio podcasts that you can find. If you're looking to go a little bit more in depth with Going Beyond the Castle, you can head over to our website, www.goingbeyondthecastle.com. Everything is there that is Going Beyond the Castle, whether it's our weekly blog that we have published each Friday, our audio and video podcast that we publish each Wednesday, or you just want to learn more about Lori, Ashley, and I, you can do that there. Maybe one day we'll get our merch back up and running. So uh, check that out soon.
Yep.
And then the last thing is if you want to connect with us, we do have an email address, info@goingbeyondthecastle.com. You can reach out to us directly there. All three of us have access to that email. Definitely reach out, give us feedback on a recent episode, talk to us about an episode that you'd love to hear in the future, or if you're looking to book a trip, that's how you can reach out to Lori and I, and we can help you book the Disney trip of your dreams. So with that being said, I think that's it. So thanks for joining us. As always, keep going beyond the castle, and we will see you guys next week.
See you later.
Goodbye.